Hey guys, Llama back, and we are back on Overstressed. So it's turning night, that's not good, but as you can see, we finished the iron farm. So it took a good bit, it took a few hours. I had most of the materials, but it still took a while. Alright, so I wanted to give you all a little bit of an update on this. This is the speed it's going at right now. As you can see, we have a little bit of a backlog, apparently, of some cobblestone. Not good, I would have to say. I definitely need to fix that issue. As of right now, it's fine, though. I'm gonna throw it on here for it to go down into some lava, and that way we can just kind of clean up for right now. But it's all working. It's all running fine. I just need to get the whole thing running faster. It's running at an okay speed. It's not max at all yet. It's actually pretty far from max. But it makes plenty of iron for right now. And that's all I need is just a stable supply, mostly. Iron. It's made about 2 stacks so far. Nothing bad. I just got to AFK more. But this is not what we're doing, actually. So we're leaving this guy behind. The pathing and such will be made later. I'm not going to worry about that until I have a couple more buildings. But today, we're going to be working on, actually, farms. So farms are something I've really been needing. So as you can see, I have just a very rudimentary crap right there. As you can see right here, I have some more windmill bearings. I'm going to use windmills for now. I plan to move everything to a mechanical bearing system. And it's just going to be a hot minute until I get, obviously, a bunch of my other stuff done. That way I can make everything stop and start whenever I need it. But as you can see right here, this is where one of the farms was going to be. Look at that tracking. He's already coming after me. This is where one was going to be. I'm going to expand it. And I'm actually going to be designing a brand new modular system that we're going to be plonking around the hills. It's going to be really neat. I have some of it made in a creative world. I'm going to show you right now, though, what I have so far. Alrighty. And we are back in my creative world. So this is the design right here. So if I grab some oak saplings, so you see how there is nothing. There's no deployers. There's saws, there's some wood, a chest, and a windmill. Boom. I don't want it to go too far because I don't want it growing trees yet. This is for demo purposes. But as you can see, that it's completely hidden. So what's happening here, we actually have deployers under the ground. So I was thinking, I was like, how could I make this thing even more compact and nicer looking? And I was like, why don't I put the deployers under the ground? Like, why do the deployers have to be above the ground? They don't. That's the amazing thing. They actually do not have to be here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a mechanical bearing to kind of simulate what I plan to do in the other world. I've been using the acacia. It's just easier to get, and I don't have any cherry. So the idea is that we have these kind of just platforms that are up in the air because it's going along with the design of everything. So I think this is a little bit too big. I'm going to do a little bit more like I did on the iron farm along with some other stuff. Let's see what I can do. So we're going to throw some slabs on here. I basically want it to match up with the rest of the build. So I think this is going to look kind of cool. So, yeah, I might have made it a little too fancy. This is going to be the design that it's going to sit on. And it's going to be kind of modular where other pieces can, like, kind of ring off of it and everything. It's going to be really cool. So, like, say I needed to make another one. I can just kind of go like this, like that, and boop, and we're there. So, and it just kind of goes all the way around. So that's one of the ideas, is to be able to use these for multiple different farms at once, basically. And see, then it will go into itself again. I'm not going to do it because it's going to be very obnoxious to rebuild a lot of this stuff. But hopefully that gives the idea. I'll do an update in the next video to kind of show how I integrated all of it. This is more of just explaining how it all works, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to go too much into the building side of it. I want to teach you all more of the technical side. So I'm going to go ahead and come up 1 block. We're going to go down 1 block because we need everything to sit on this. So I'm going to put my mechanical bearing there. And the thing that you can do is add a clutch. So go ahead and get a stockpile switch. Add a stockpile switch somewhere in the system, wherever you keep all your items, and have it go to the clutch. And that'll just make it a lot easier. That way you can turn it off whenever you don't need it. I do wish that the saw had a different texture. I think it would look really cool if it had more of a, like, industrial texture and less of this, like, wooden texture. We're going to glue the saws in a straight line. This is going to make it even more compact. And then if we go back to here, go ahead and take our deployers, and I'm going to just shift click them, and we're going to place all of them this way, and that should catch all of the dirt. So as you can see, it kind of clips through right now. I can, you know what I could do actually? Okay, so if I go ahead and do this, if I add take these off, and we have these vertical slabs. I've used them a couple times already, as you can tell. I love the vertical slabs. So if we just add the vertical slabs, something like this maybe? There we go. Yeah, that'll cover up really nicely actually. And it adds a little bit of depth. So we have our deployers. We're going to set these up for, we're once again just going to use oak. It's for simplicity's sakes. So if we can find the filters, you want to filter whatever you're using. So we're using oak for this. If I go ahead and go right here, and if you go ahead and do all this in a creative world and then you blueprint it, it'll actually keep all of these like settings that you have, which is really nice. It's one of my favorite things about Create. Go ahead and set up a barrel. It's currently connected to the system, and then we will get this portable item interface. So how this thing's going to work, if we just glue it onto this mechanism as well, I'm going to glue it right here, just for simplicity's sakes. They have to be facing a certain direction, and they're kind of annoying like that. So if we start this thing back up, as you can see, they connect. So that'll take any of the items that we get and put it into here, and then we will funnel all of those items out. I'm going to use a brass funnel. We'll funnel them all out, and then all those items, they will get pushed into the storage system. Whenever I make my storage system, the idea is it's going to be like a bunch of conveyor belts going across and everything. I'm not going to do that for right now just because that's a lot of work that I honestly don't want to do in my creative world, if that makes sense. So we're just going to throw some saplings in there. If we go and turn this thing back on, it's going to dump out the saplings because I'm kind of dumb. So saplings. So as you can see up here, it's placing all of the saplings. So it just dumped all the saplings out again. Okay, so we've ran into a bit of a snag. So what I need to do, if I go ahead and lock this into place, as you can see, it takes out some of the saplings. That's not an issue. So I actually need to move this. So because of its current placement, it can't, because this thing is not exactly on it, it does not always stop really where it should. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move it right here. And if I go ahead and get another funnel, you have to have something connected to it. Otherwise, it's just not going to do anything. Theoretically, this should be a completely filled system. So we never have to touch this again. It's going to stay like this forever. And it looks pretty dang cool. So what's really cool about this unit as well, if I wanted to, let me go ahead and make a schematic. Because Create's amazing with their schematic stuff. So we're going to go ahead and schematic up this. We're going to grab from there to here. I'm going to expand this out a little bit. Come on. Pull it out a little bit. So make sure whenever you're making schematics, turn your machine off. If you don't turn the machine off, it'll literally just not catch any of these active blocks. So we're going to go ahead and look at our schematic again. Perfect. Modular farm. Seems like a tree grew, but that should be fine. I did not hit the other button. So now I have to get a schematic table. I don't know why this even takes time when it's in creative. So anyways, if we go ahead and go like this and just plonker down. Oh, left alt. Plonker down. And what you can do now is if you add a little bit of water just into this machine, along with taking these out, replace these instead with saws. Instead of saws, get harvesters. So because you can just plonk a harvester down the same way, possibly? I thought you could. Wait, can you not? Oh, they have to be on blocks. Okay, harvesters have to be on blocks. I did not realize that. So anyways, a little bit of modifying. All we got to do is just a little bit of this, some of these, and boom, you're basically ready for crops now. You are going to break some of the spots unless you have it to where it just stays an entity. I don't know how laggy that is. I don't know how laggy it is to have this as an entity. You can. I'll show you right now that if you just take a wrench, go ahead and go like this to where movement mode, it only goes there. It's not going to break anything like before. So all we got to do now is just plant some crops. So let's say, let's say potatoes. I do like me some potatoes. So potatoes it do be. I lost my hoe. Okay. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to do it the even lazier way than just getting out a hoe. So if we go ahead and just plant all these crops, we're going to just grab all these spots. And what's really nice, a lot of things in Create, never be afraid to try and see if things will go through blocks. As you can see, it's a very handy thing to do. Wow, okay. Look at them grow. And it's starting to harvest. So it's not putting it into an inventory. I believe the inventory might... Yeah, the inventory already filled up, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it's doing fine. I don't know why it threw some random potatoes out. I don't know if it's because the inventory might have been filled up, but it seems like it is throwing out just stacks of potatoes. So, oh, I know what it is. It's because there's so many. So because I have the random tick speed up so high, there's so many potatoes that it has to harvest. It literally cannot put it all into the inventory. But at a normal speed, that's not an issue. But it's just a very nice compact farm, and it creates a lot of stuff. So be very careful when you use a design like this. It'll create a lot of stuff really, really fast. But I just think this is going to be so cool just to kind of plop down everywhere and have them all running just across the entire base. I'm going to try to get a few of them made and see how they all look and turn out. But you can see, kind of like I said before, a little bit of a snippet at the other base. And what's really cool is if you have like a mountain or something like I do, you can literally just break some of this and just merge it right into the mountain. So I don't really have much more to say on this. If you want to know some more specifics about how any of this works, just let me know in the comments. I don't think I'm going to go any more into this because that's about it, really. The big thing now is I just have to make it in the server. So once again, like I did before, I'll update you all on how it all turns out at the beginning of the episode because I should have them pretty well built. The only thing I have not gotten fully built yet is the zombie system. And that's just because it's a pretty complex system that I haven't really gotten all worked out yet, but it is what it is. These things just look so cool. I'm gonna love this base. This base is turning out to be so freaking cool. I've never had a real base before, and I just can't wait to have it. This one looks really cool too, like with all the trees growing out of it and everything. And if I just kind of start her back up right here, it's just gonna chop down everything. But guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you have any comments or questions, just let me know down below. Along with, if you did like the video, hit that like button. It means a ton to me. Along with that sub button, just lets you keep updated on everything. Along with, I stream on Twitch. Currently, the schedule is unknown because I have a new internship that I am starting, and I don't have my full schedule. So, if you ever want to join the Discord down below, that will actually be updated on my schedule for streams. But that's really all I have to say right now. I'm going to start planning out the next contraption. I think that we're going to start the community area next time. This is going to be really what lets me do a lot more. But anyways, this is it for this video. I really do hope you enjoy. And guys, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!